Witness the destruction. Can you even see the destruction? I have torn the place apart. I'll tell you why. Let's go in here. Look, all destruction. Hang on, battery's giving out. There we go. Yeah, just stuff and crap and stuff and shit and stuff. But it took that level of destruction to find this. Work brain, work phone. Oh, is that in reverse? Electronic control module for the Vogue, which seems like something kind of premature to be looking for. Well, it stopped play because I realised, hang on, I'm very quickly going to be able to show you this. On the driver's side, under the driver's seat, which is all flipping painted. You see that bracket that I forgot existed and needs to be welded to the floor? That holds the ECU. And that's why there's no doors on the car, or seemingly anything else done. But there's a hell of a lot of other work done, because there are two doors leaning against the wall, and I spent 2 days on 3 doors. What can you see? Can you see that that's all been literally all replaced and welded, and a little repair up there on that one? And then the third door is kind of cool, and you're probably not going to be able to see it in the Sprinter because FML, as the kids say. Can I turn this around? Ah! Okay, you're probably not looking at anything. Okay, can I get down here? See the bottom of that door? It needed a weld, but can you see there's a bit of tape left there? I sprayed it. And okay, you can't really see it now, but the colour match isn't bad, and it was a great exercise in the sense that I'm all over the place. Can you still hear me? It was a great exercise because I know now that the rattle can that I have, it isn't bad. Like I said, I don't really care anyway. Whatever. Don't pose in my cars, and Land Rovers are supposed to show their character. Now, they're not supposed to show 3 different shades of a colour, but no car is. But I kind of don't mind. It's just going to be so just cool. Like, I just think the old Range Rovers, the last of them, they had this kind of reserved, charming kind of look about them, and a few shopping trolley dings, and a few different colours on the paint on the coachwork. It's just kind of going to be cool. What else have I done? Those doors took 2 days. Like, it just silly little things, but it is. I know. I'm not even. I haven't formed this as a conscious thought just to keep myself sane. But I know at some point I'm going to stop and go, holy shit, this thing is almost back together. So it's all good, and this is great. There is something else missing, but because I'm so scatty, I can't remember what that is. What else is missing? The ECU is missing. Oh yeah. Have a look. And by the way, I had no recollection of taking that ECU off the car, and the reason for that is it was in a period kind of 3 to 6 months into the build. It was it must have been the summer of 17. Do you remember in a couple of episodes, turns out it was episode 5, 6, maybe 7, that there were a couple of Range Rover sections where you could see me working. I just set the camera on wide angle time lapse and just got at it on the offside. And in episode 6, sure enough, you see the ECU in the car, and then it's just gone. And I had no recollection of taking it out. Funnily enough, I had a recollection of the loom that goes to it was in my way, and I've tucked it up over the dash binnacle, in between the binnacle and the windscreen. But the other thing that's missing are these. I have 2 of them for one side, front door shims, and I have misplaced the other 2. Lord only knows where they are. Now, good pal, patron and friend Andy gave me a little box from his Range Rover, and it was all shims and bolts for doors. This is months ago. I said, you know what, if you're not using those, I'll probably have lost mine, which isn't like me, and it turns out I have. So they're not the same size as the ones I have. They're slightly thicker or thinner, I can't remember, but at least we have them as some kind of options. The other ones will turn up. I don't lose stuff. I just misplace it or put it somewhere very, very safe, and then don't have a clue where the place is always too safe. So that's it. I'm going to rearrange the shed today because it literally got to the point where I couldn't work on the car because I couldn't find stuff. I'm going to get it a bit more streamlined, and I completely failed at having an episode by basically yesterday, by the end of yesterday, but I kind of did it consciously in the end. And that's where it's at. Very exciting stuff happening in the background. Really cool phone call to make later on that hopefully bears well. There is fruit on the tree that is, I've been told, is mine, and I just need to go and pick it, put it that way, and I just need to make a phone call to see what the best way to pick it is. That's a very vague but nice analogy and way of putting it. There's also other stuff later on, a couple of months down the line, that could end up being amazing. It's a target for the Sprinter anyway, to become the podcast studio and camper. It's a nice target to have. Again, I know I'm always talking about stuff that I can't talk about, but I hate jinxing stuff, and you just feel like, you're just going to put the kibosh on it by talking about it too much. Everything is painted. Everything is painted with second coats and all that kind of stuff. We had some bloom on the sills. If you don't know what bloom is, it's when, well, there's a few things that can cause it. It's when painting is done when it's too cold, or there's too much moisture in the air, or and what can happen is the constituents of the paint, some of them can migrate to the surface and make it look milky, make the surface look milky. I sound like I know something about it. I don't really. I just know it happens when it's below 10 degrees usually. But I've had to, actually, you can probably see it. So you see the sill is black, but in there it's kind of milky grey, and up here, and it's matte rather than kind of the satin finish that the paint's supposed to have. So there you go. That's it. I'm going to keep working because these days are precious. It's a very, very nice day. I'm overdressed again. And that's it. Hopefully these shims are just going to be somewhere stupid. They're going to be in a box somewhere, or in with other stuff. But I literally tore everything. I tore that van apart twice. When you know you've done it right once, you've really looked once, but you have to go and do it again because you start doubting and second guessing. Well, there you go. What a waste of time. Stay organised. There's a bit of advice. I'll see you soon.